Okay, y'all, what is shaking? Let me see. Is OBS gonna work? So OBS does a super weird thing where, there we go. If I am back. Sorry about that. If you start streaming after a game has already launched, it'll fight you. Um, and I thought that was the case, but it actually loaded up for once. So that's pretty sick. Let's see here. Alright, chat is up. Yeah, we're good, dude. We're good to go, bro.
Orbit synchronized.
One of my coworkers is online right now, and I kind of want to play with him. But this group of guys that I've got here are very good. We are tearing up every single mission that we hit, and that's really refreshing. So I might try to play with my coworker a little bit, but I also know that he's like level 6 or something. And I don't know. I'm trying to grind out to at least level 100, and doing any runs, like, I guess he can come on HELLDIVES, like, if one player is low level, who cares? There's always one person, usually one person who's not really doing much anyway, so that would be fine. But I'm trying to get my grinds going. I'm trying to get things kind of rocking here. Oh, you know what I wanted to do too? So I'm gonna try running the stream in 1440p moving forward. I I tried to set it up where it was actually upscaling to 4K, and I don't know if it's because it's upscaling or if it's because of my CPU maybe starting to show its age, or my GPU. But upscaling to 4K was like asking way too much. Like, my whole system freaked out. And it was weird. I was able to get like a steady 60 FPS. But the weird part was that it was like a very stuttery 60 FPS. Like, it was dropping frames left and right. So I don't know. I didn't really see any like weird, I don't know, like any weird, resource issues at all. Like, I think my GPU was holding up. I think my CPU was holding up. I honestly think it's just the fact that it's trying to upscale from 1440p to 4K. Downscaling is usually what happens. So, like, if you're running your game at 4K, you'd usually downscale to like 1440 or something. Like, I do 1440 down to 1080. Upscaling though, like having OBS handle upscaling, is very weird. So it might honestly be better if I just run DLSS on this game and then downscale it via OBS. That might make more sense. Oh shit, but we'll see. Alright, so the current setup we gotta do, we got hella mortars, and it's just doing fucking work, bro. Yeah, these mortars are nuts, you guys. And this is on a planet that's like usually pretty rough to work with too, so like I'm all about it, frankly. Oh shit. This Bile Titan's about to drop all of our mortars though. Yep, there they go. This planet is like 5 times harder than every other planet. Ow, Jesus. I need to drop my mortars again. Let's do...
Calling down a sentry.
So I have... It's only happened once, but there was a game where I was able to get a mortar glitched into that building. And it was able to shoot through the floor, like the roof. But it wasn't able to get killed. And I've been trying to recreate it. I thought I bounced it like off the floor and it like went clipped to the bottom of the door, but I don't think that's how I did it. Because I've tried like 1,000 times and I've never been able to reproduce it.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Reinforcing.
And of course he smashes out my turrets.
Mission
Oh,
in 10
what a
minutes
bastard.
remaining.
Another step towards galactic liberation. You may extract when ready. On my position.
So, I want to get a hard drive that I can use specifically for recording footage.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
I'm a little bit concerned that if I'm constantly doing all my recordings to my C drive, that eventually it's going to, I'm concerned that it's eventually going to kill my drive. And like this drive is already not like the newest. Here, I'm gonna have to kill myself, I think.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, that'll work.
Marking extraction point. On my way. Engaging. I'll take it.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Damn, I got some dad flipping out at me in a Facebook dad group,
Extraction complete.
and I'm not
Pelican 1
positive
beginning
why.
ascent.
Democracy prevails once
Fucking weird. I don't know why people get so aggressive, dog. Like there's a dude that's like, yo, I'm a dad. I got 3 or 4 kids, whatever, and we got no food. What advice do you have for me to get food? And like, you know, I mean, and he's like, I had food stamps, whatever, and they took him away, and you know, like that sucks, you know. But like, there's so many people out there scamming on Facebook. I'm like, yo, just a heads up, like, don't. And like, not even that for that guy specifically. I'm like, yo, just in general, don't give people money. Like, you know, if you want to financially help him, like, dude, send him a DoorDash order or something. Like, don't give people money. And this dude's like, you piece of garbage. Why would you? You sound like you're such an a-hole. Why would you say that, you trash person? I'm like, bro, I'm just like putting it out there. Like, cause there's like 90 people in the comments being like, yo, send me your Venmo. I'll send you money right now. And the guy goes, I'm not looking for that. He tells me I'm not looking for that kind of help anyway. But then he's like, I'll DM you to people that are like, give me your Venmo. So it's like, all right. So if these people are offering you money, but you don't want money, why are you telling them that you'll reach out to them? And there were like 12 people, dude. It's fucking weird, dude.
The galactic
I don't know. People are nuts, dude.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
I'm gonna see if my coworker wants to join us in a minute. He's like level 5 or something, but it might be funny to watch him go through these hell dives.
Destroyer has left squadron.
Let's see. I'm gonna crash my game. So I keep minimizing to check. So what I'm running is I'm running a disk check So while I'm running like all my recordings, so I do the stream and then I record the footage, because you can clip and edit your stream and re-upload it to YouTube, but YouTube compresses the living shit out of the videos so badly that if you do that, it then compresses an already compressed video, and it makes things
Allied
so much
destroyer
worse.
has joined squadron.
Like it's really, 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 really bad. So I've been recording it just to be able to like go through and reclip and re-upload and everything, but I'm running a check disk to see how the data is moving, and it actually looks like it's a lot better than I thought for a drive that's like 4 years old. It's moving pretty good. What's up, dude? Let's see. Oh, I've got my Steam overlay shut off too. Yikes.
What button is push to talk? I don't know what it is.
Whichever one you're touching right now.
It's not that button because I opened my mic.
Oh, I think by default it is Y maybe? Go to your options and then go to mouse and keyboard and then change bindings. You should see it in there.
Nah, I'll just keep it open. Who's Cram?
Some dude,
Some dude. Okay.
possibly a lady, I'm not positive.
85, dude.
85, bro.
You play this much?
No. A little bit. Here and there.
Let the enemy feel the wrath of liberty.
Let's see. So we're grinding out XP. I'm trying to find little 15-minute missions.
The enemy has launched a cowardly attack against one of our plants. Will you defend it?
Oh my god, the sound of my boy breathing. Holy shit. There we go. Cram, what was that shit planet that we were on? Where we did that blitz and it was like really out of hand. Was that on Omicron? So I'm trying to avoid whatever planet that was, because I don't feel like doing any of that again.
Another step closer to a successful operation.
Yeah, I think it was not here. Let's actually, you know what? Which planet?
The war rages on. Choose where you will give your aid.
No, that was Hellmeyer. Yeah, we're good.
Initiating FTL jump to Biosha Une system.
Fucking Hellmeyer, bro. Hell yeah.
Mission coordinates locked.
Remember when I was like, yeah, we'll do like a really quick blitz and get like some super fast XP, and then there was like a million chargers, dude? That was funny as hell. It was really fun when that happened. Do 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 do. All right, dude. I'm going to We're gonna go blow some shit up. I kind of want to stop running.
Has joined squadron.
I want to get rid of the drone, and I kind of want to get rid of the quasar, and I almost want to just do like a
Orbit synchronized.
like the 2 mortars, maybe a rocket sentry, and then like an autocannon or something. Like I almost want to just let everything be automated, dude. Like as much as I like having my quasar, and I think having the drone is like an absolute game changer on these 15-minute missions. I don't know, dude. Just letting all the killing be automated would be really, really, really nice. And the only downside is that when you get in a situation where like a Bile Titan knocks out all your sentries, you're basically useless. So maybe I could rock like a drone. Or just a quasar would probably make more sense. But the drone is really great for conserving ammo. You know, because it just kills everything that's smaller. It even kills like bigger shit too. Like my drone, I feel like the drone is great for killing spewers. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out one of these runs and see what happens. But I don't know.
This is the solemn duty for which you were born. Defend democracy at any cost.
Calling down a sentry. Calling down a support weapon. Calling down a sentry.
Calling down a sentry.
Requesting sentry. Throwing grenade.
Oh, there's a Bile Titan right here, boys. That was fast.
Calling in reinforcements.
Gas is empty.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Ah, couldn't even see his ass.
Joining the fray.
Freedom never sleeps!
I'm fleeing.
Orbital inbound.
What difficulty is this?
It's like a level 2. It's definitely not a hell dive. It's a trivial, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, dude. I don't know. Maybe I hit the wrong button. I don't know.
It's probably like the hardest difficulty I've played.
To be fair, though, you are 100% holding the fort. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Let me out of here! I just need this fucking Titan to get off my nuts, dude. That's all that I need. Oh, shit!
Requesting orbital.
Ugh. I don't know where that spewer came from, dude. That was fucked up. Poor Matt. He's not having a good time. He is not having a good time, bro. I love it, dude. So here's the thing, dude. I don't care what level you are. You should just do hell dives. Honest to God. Like, even if you die, you still get more XP than you would completing like a level 1 or 2. You know what I mean? And, like, they're not that hard. Like, they're really not that hard.
Oh,
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
got it again.
I saw that. You got cornered.
Point me to the enemy.
Alright, this has gotten out of hand.
Throwing grenade. Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Is there a... Ah, it's all the way up there.
Requesting sentry.
Calling down a sentry. Deploying sentry. Requesting sentry.
you'd like to taste of freedom? Reloading.
Are they both still up? Oh, they are. Sick. Another Bile Titan just dropped.
Have a taste of democracy. Heavy, southeast, close.
Did he go out of his way to fucking drop my mortar? For real, bro? That's rude. Jesus Christ.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
I'm gonna drop you in back here, okay?
Reinforcing.
I don't know if that's far away from your gear or not, but
Outside the mission area.
oh shit. Jesus. He's actually fucking us up right now being on that rock. I'm not gonna tell him. I'm not gonna say anything. Oh shit. Cause like he's very clearly like in a good position, but yeah, that's not good habit. So basically what happens is if you're trying to hide on a rock while the rest of your team is down on the ground, what ends up happening is all of the big guys will start grouping underneath you, which isn't a bad thing on its own, but when it's a bunch of like spewers all trying to like essentially when it's a bunch of spewers, it ends up becoming a very, very big problem, because then you just have like a literal giant group of just like ranged spewers, and there's really nothing that you can do. Shit, come on, give me my stuff.
Calling down a sentry. Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry. Requesting sentry. Calling in reinforcements.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
You have served democracy well. Extraction awaits. Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing.
Alright, one more Titan left.
Sample collected. Reinforcing.
Heavy, northeast, close.
Mag's empty. Mag's empty.
There we go. Alright, let's get the fork out of here, boys. He's up on the mountain, bro. Oh, that's so fucking funny, dude. I love it, bro. I love it.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Oh, that's so good.
Democracy prevails once more.
Oh god, I love it. So he pretty much like first, second death, he dropped in, hit the mountain, just chilled there. Oh, I love it. Honestly though, like I can't even be mad at it. Like that's a strat, dude. If that's what works, bro, fucking get it, dude. You know. Nice, and a level up, dude. See all that XP you got from that?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I love it. That was so funny. Dun 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 dun. Damn, Cram. Oh, Jesus, dude. 13 stems. Holy shit. 13 stems.
Allied
Man.
destroyer has left squadron.
13 stems, Cram. Holy shit. My man is over here dependent on stems. He's got an addiction.
Scratching that itch.
We can chase the dragon, dude. Let's see. What's a fun one? Oh, you know what we should do? Here,
Let us secure the
Yeah.
sustenance of Super Earth.
Mission coordinates lost.
these are fun as shit.
Hellpods primed.
Pretty much just
Orbital
equip a mortar, and we'll shut the walls and let the mortars do the work, and we just get free XP.
Orbit.
If you got a mortar, if you don't, like any sentry's fine. Do 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 do. Boom! There we go. Oh, my man's dropping the 500, dude. Ugh. Ugh. So those manned sentries, I don't know how I feel about those.
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
So part of me thinks that they are solid and a great choice. I feel like they do more damage than their automatic counterparts. However, I don't know. I also feel like they are crazy dangerous. Like I feel like if you're manned on one, like and you're safe and you can just like fire off rounds and like nothing's gonna come after you, sick. And I'm not even saying this in the sense that he's got them equipped. I'm just, you know, in general, I noticed like you don't see them too often. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the manned ones. Oh no, he doesn't have the manned ones, does he? No, those aren't the manned ones. But the ones you fire yourselves, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about them. But we're gonna get so much XP for this shit. Oh. I don't know why, but it feels like it's like 6 o'clock at night or something. It's super weird that it's late. Late-ish. Alright.
The fate of all humanity's children are in your hands. Do not let them fall.
Alright, I'm gonna run down and shut these doors right quick. And then I think we can shut the first 3 and be alright.
Requesting tech back. Calling down support weapon.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry. Freedom requires firepower.
Sending down equipment package.
Oh, dude, it's so much fun, bro. It's just like a fortress defense type of deal, and they can break through the walls. Like the big guys will bust through the walls, but for the most part, it shouldn't be too bad. The only thing that sucks about these ones is that they take a while. Like there's no way to like burn through them quickly. It's like a timed event type of deal. Okay.
Throwing grenade!
Bug tunnel breach.
Oh shit.
Requesting air support. Heavy, on my position. Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Oh, I didn't kill him? What the hell?
Fly Superman!
They close and open the doors. Which I think we lost 2.
Point me to the enemy.
Right? Or did we lose 1? No, we lost 2.
Say hello to democracy. Mag's empty.
Heavy. Southeast. Close.
Mag's empty.
Ooh. Here, let's try to here. Okay, let's fall back a little bit.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry. Joining the fray.
Here, I'm gonna shut this door. Not that it matters, that charger can blow it open anyway.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
But if we got a bunch of mortars dropping in this center spot, especially EMSs, we're good. Oh shit, I stole somebody's shield pack. Yeah, my bad.
We've got equipment. Throwing grenade. Freedom forever.
Yeah, whoever's bag that was, I'm sorry, man. I thought that was my my laser.
Have a taste of democracy. New canister. Supplies. Reloading. Throwing supply beacon.
Tagging location. Southeast. Bug tunnel breach. Heavy. Northeast. Close.
my mortar still up? Nope.
Calling down a sentry. Calling. Requesting sentry.
On my position. Requesting fortification.
Back empty. Reinforcing. Heavy on my position.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Joining the fray. Supplies. Have a taste. How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Oop, watch out, guy.
Requesting sentry.
Freedom never sleeps. One life for Super Requesting advance. Heavy east, 50 meters. Requesting tac.
Sending down equipment package.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Okay, I can actually juggle quasars now. We're good.
Got equipment.
I'm really proud of you guys. Alright, let's see. I need these sentries to like hurry the fuck up, dude. It's like it's I mean, the only thing that's nice is like now I got another quasar that I can use, so like I can kind of just go back and forth between these guys. Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab one of these. Come on, did he miss shit?
Calling down a sentry.
Easy, bro.
Requesting sentry. Calling in reinforcements. That's called democracy! Freedom forever!
Okay. If I had a third quasar to freaking sift through, oof, that'd be sick.
Heavy, southeast, 50 meters.
That's the move, dude. What's up, Chalk?
Get some!
What's up, Chalk?
At 10 minutes remaining.
Requesting air support! Reloading! Calling down a support weapon. Heavy, east, close. Sending in an eagle. Calling down supply. Throwing grenade. Calling down a sentry.
Sending down sentry.
Requesting sentry. Requesting sentry.
This is the move, dude. This is the move. Having all these quasars. Oh, so good. Watch this. Watch this. We're gonna go. Boom. We're gonna go. We're gonna go.
To democracy. Get some.
Die, die, die. No, you fucker.
Canister's empty.
Every time. Every single time I drop both of my turret or my mortars, something comes in and kills one of them like right out of the gate. Oh.
Reload.
Nice, dude. I'm jealous, bro. Chinese buffets with a jam, dude. I honestly, man, I've been having like dreams about hitting up the Chinese buffet lately, dude. I fucking love I love Chinese food, for one. And I love going to a Chinese buffet. The only thing that sucks is that I think it's a global or like a national thing, but like their food tends to not be that good. You just can eat a lot of it. So it's more of a quantity over quality type of deal. But there was one buffet, and I don't even know if they're still open. I'll have to look. They were about a 45-minute drive from where I currently live. But their food was like actually very good.
Half reinforcement budget remaining.
For prosperity.
Oops.
Throwing grenade.
Oh shit.
Liberty emerges victorious yet again. Extract when ready.
Ugh. But yeah, man,
Calling down a sentry.
I love Chinese food. I wish I could eat it more often. I think once I move to my new place, I think I'll be able to do it a little more often. Honestly, so okay, so this is gonna sound super dumb. But one of the things that I'm like most excited for,
Calling in reinforcements.
you know, moving forward is, you know, I'm excited for me and my son. So when I was growing up, my dad was kind of a piece of shit. You know, he wasn't super nice. Kind of just like treated us like garbage a lot. But one thing that we did, let's just get to the ship. One thing that he did, you know, is we did Chinese food on Fridays.
Requesting sentry.
And I want to do that with my son. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't want to be like a piece of shit, and like the only good thing we have is Chinese food once a week. But what I want is for us to kind of have like like our own little like mini traditions. All right, we're good to board. You know, like I want us to do Chinese food or pizza on Fridays, and I think once I'm moved out, I think we can start doing that. But yeah, dude, I think Chinese food is my favorite, honestly. Like steak and Chinese food, I think are tied. Like some General Tso's, dude. Freaking beef teriyaki. I eat all like the basics. I really don't go crazy. But man, do I freaking I sure do love me some Chinese food. And the thing that's kind of a bummer is my wife eats it way more than I do, and she doesn't even like it. Like her and her friends will go out for Chinese food, or like ramen or whatever, like pretty regular. Like I don't even remember the last time. We really only earned 700 XP for that. The hell? I don't even remember the last time that I had Chinese food. Like I think it was like it was at least a few months ago. Like the last time, and I didn't even. So like I'm weird. So like I like to.
Well, good games. It's my bedtime. I'm going to bed.
Have a good night, dude.
Later.
So I like to, I'll like, if I'm doing like Chinese food, I kind of like to make like a thing out of it. So like I will,
Where will you join them?
you know, I'll like sit down and watch a movie, or I will, you know, it's usually a movie. Maybe I'll watch like a TV show or something, but like I kind of like to like just kick it and eat my food, right? And the last time I had Chinese food, it wasn't that at all. Like my mom would come over and I'm like standing in the kitchen eating, and like it was fine. But I'm one of those people where unless I'm at work, I want to sit down and I want to enjoy the food that I'm eating. I want to like relax. I want to like just kind of, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to like stand there feeling like I've got to like rush through my food, or, you know, I don't like people watching me eat too. That's a weird thing, and I don't know if that's like a me thing. But if I'm like around other people, and we're all eating, I feel weird. You know, even if like if I go out to dinner with one person, so if like me and my wife go out to dinner, I feel weird if like I'm chewing food and she's looking at me because we're talking or whatever. I feel weird. So like, you know, if I'm gonna sit there and I'm like eating dinner with, you know, friends or family or whoever, like it's just weird as is. And then now I'm like, I feel like I'm not even really enjoying my food. I don't know, dude. I'm fucking weird. I think it's anxiety. I don't know. But I feel like I can't like sit and enjoy food in front of people, I guess. Really unsure what my problem is.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
That's called democracy! Reloading! Heavy, southwest, close. Heavy, southwest, close.
Oh, that dick is gonna take out both of my mortars. What a piece of garbage. Oh, there's another one. What a scumbag that Charger is, dude. Here, I'm gonna go for the high ground. I don't like being down here in this freaking pit. But, yeah, dude. So, oh my god, bro. So one of my favorite things to eat is French onion soup. I fucking love French onion soup. Like, it is probably in my top 3 favorite things to eat. Now, a lot of places don't do a good French onion. And you know what? This might be like I just don't like more authentic French onion, because I genuinely cannot think of a single time that I ever had like a real French onion soup. So like I might just like the Americanized French onion, I guess. But like when there is like a thick boy layer of cheese on top, and they use all the, you know, what is it? It's like Gruyere and Swiss. That's what I'm about. Salty as shit. But Longhorn Steakhouse makes one of the best French onion soups I've ever had personally. That stuff is truly amazing. Like, absolutely delicious stuff. And the other weird one is the 99. So, like, super cheapo restaurant. Not, like, known for making good food. They make a banger of French onion soup.
Calling down a sentry.
Oh, that was sick. Oh, that fucking... Damn it. My mortar came in and killed the charger, but then it killed the mortar, I guess.
How'd you like the taste of freedom? Reinforcing. Back empty. Reloading.
Democracy is land.
But, yeah, dude, so the 99 restaurant, delicious French onion soup. That's all I'm trying to say. But the Longhorn, so we, Chelsea and I went to Longhorn, I don't know, like a year and a half ago at this point, maybe 2 years ago. We went out on a date, like, right around Christmas time. And all we wanted was, like, a good steak. At least that's all I wanted. I'm not sure if steak... She likes steak, but, like, she doesn't like steak like I like steak. Like, I really like steak. You know what I mean? Like, if I go to a restaurant and, like, steak is an option, I will never not get steak. You know, like, I crave steak often. I will eat steak every meal of the day if I can. I'll just switch up the marinade. But yeah, like, I'm a fucking massive fan of steak. And so, like, that's all I wanted for dinner was, like, a good steak. And we hadn't tried Longhorn, and they had just opened it up in our neighborhood. So we went and we got ourselves some Longhorn, and you know, we saw the French onion on the menu. We were like, yeah, I'll fucking give it a shot, dude. Why not? And man, bro, oof, I'll tell you, dude, totally caught us off guard, because like you don't expect, like, not only from a chain restaurant, but from a steakhouse, you don't expect like anything to be like super good, right? Especially not their fucking French onion. Like, why would you expect for their French onion to be anything other than just like fine, you know? But yeah, they did a truly bang up job, and to this day, it is still one of the best French onions that I've ever had in my life.
The extraction shuttle awaits your request.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown. For peace!
Heavy. Northwest. Close.
Orbital inbound.
Reloading. Sample select.
Ooh.
Requesting air support.
Requesting air support.
Damn, now I'm like hungry, dude. You know what I do have? I do have like French onion soup mix. Like the stuff you would use to make like a French onion dip. I wonder if I can just like use that. Although I don't have like cheese that would be worth using for that. I think I've only got like mozzarella. But maybe that would give me my fix. Because like now I'm fucking thinking about French onion soup. I'm like craving French onion soup. Like, ugh. I'm all about it. Alright, let's hit the road, boys.
Pelican 1, ready to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
But yeah, I'm I don't know why I'm still fucking ranting about food. But you know, I'm a bit of a foodie, and I feel like I haven't really been able to eat like good food for a while. Like we've been so financially strapped that like we don't. You know, there was a year or so where we did DoorDash like twice a week. You know, we were eating from restaurants twice a week. And I think that was really nice. And then now it's like, it's honestly kind of depressing, my meal schedule. Like I wake up in the morning, I don't have time for breakfast, so I don't eat breakfast. If I'm at home, like if I'm working from home for lunch, I'll do like a PB&J or like a, you know, I'll reheat up leftovers or like whatever. If there's like no leftovers or something, I'll just like eat whatever's around. And then for dinner, unless Chelsea cooks, like I'll cook too, but like it's most of the time it's just like if I'm you know, if I'm working from home, you know, I like either way, if I'm home or at the office, I don't have like time to cook dinner. Like by the time I clock out of work, I've got to like boogie downstairs and like start cooking. And so like, sounds good, brother, man. Have a good night, dude. You know, Chelsea will like do stuff in the crock pot and whatever, and I should start looking into doing that for myself as well. But like for the most part, I'm just like I'm trying to fire off meals. You know, like I'm trying to get stuff done quickly and quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so like it's hard to like sit there and like make, you know, good meals
The enemy has launched
when you have a kid, like without when you know, like I'm not saying I don't have help. Like Chelsea and I, you know, we're here, we work together, but you know, because of our work schedules, it's not like it's not super common for us to be home together at the same time, at least on weeknights. Like it's really just not a thing. So you know, I really pretty much just eat like the most basic shit is honestly what it is. Like I really don't eat nearly as well as I should. I don't eat adult food super often, which is fine. Like I fucking love fish sticks, I love chicken nuggets, I love macaroni and cheese, you know, like that's kind of my jam. But yeah, it's like every once in a while it'd be nice to do like fucking, you know, Chinese food or whatever. I feel bad. Chelsea bought us some steaks like a week ago, and I cooked them up, and then she was gone all weekend. And so, I don't know, like 3 or 4 nights after I cooked them, she was like, leave me one steak so I can do it on my salad. And I was hungry at night. It had been a few days, and I fucking ate the steak. And I felt horrible. I feel like such a piece of shit that I did that. So I gotta go out and buy a steak and cook her steak, because that really wasn't cool that I ate that. Anyway, I'm hungry. That's why I'm talking about food. I'm fucking starving. Let's see. Let's do...
Remember this. Every day is a good day to
Well, that's
die
not what I
for
wanted to do.
democracy.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a support weapon.
Deploying equipment package.
How about a nice cup of liberty for prosperity? Fire in the hole!
And this is where it goes to shit. Once your mortars get dropped like instantly, you're in trouble.
Injury?
You're in a lot of trouble once you lose those. I think it's a waste, though. I think it's a big time waste to run the regular mortar without the EMS. I think if you are not running an EMS mortar, but you're running a regular mortar or vice versa, I think you're wasting your stratagems. Either run them both or don't run either. You know, run them both or don't run them at all. That's really it. And the reason that I say that is because the EMS mortar isn't really all that potent in the way of damage, right? Oh shit, I'm sorry, H.
Heavy east. On my position.
You know, so anyway, so the EMS mortar isn't really super spicy. And that's fine. Like, I don't think anybody expects a weapon like that to be anything like crazy to write home about. The problem though is that if you're only using the EMS, you're basically wasting a slot. Because yes, you're slowing down the enemies, but unless you have something that is dealing damage to that group, like what's even the point? So like the reason that the EMS mortar and the regular mortar pair up very nicely is because you not only get to slow down that group of enemies, but now you're also hitting them with like AoE damage. So like you're doing damage to them while you've got them slowed down. And there's other stratagems obviously that are good for hitting, you know, in an area. But there's not a ton that will hit repeatedly like the mortar does. You know, the mortar will just like non-stop smash damage. You know what I mean?
Reinforcing! Heavy. On my position.
God, this sucks.
Ready to liberate.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry. Fire in the hole.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
That's called democracy. Freedom forever! Get some! Get some!
Mission in 10 minutes remaining.
Mag's empty! How'd you like the taste of freedom? Reinforcing!
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
This is so bad, dude. I mean, we're doing great for just 2 folks, but this shit's getting sloppy as F. I need to get some grenades and shit. Is there still gear over here? Like ammo and shit? Well, mostly nades. Yeah.
Democracy has been well delivered. May your extraction
Good game,
be
bro.
swift.
Yeah, what a fucking team, dude. Oh, watch your back, watch your back, watch your back. Oh, I fell.
Landing in progress. For peace.
You want to just get on?
Throwing grenade.
Yeah, let's just get on. You good?
Countdown initiated. Stand by. Extraction complete.
Yeah, we might be the best Helldivers in the world, honestly.
Another victory for the right side of history.
Oh, yeah. I love my son, dude. All right. Yo, this is like the craziest conversation. So I talked about this earlier.
Well done. Lots of enemies killed, and lots of samples to help us figure out how to kill even more.
All right, let's see. All right, so so I was talking about this earlier. So I'm in a Facebook group.
Now that you're here, as good as one.
100%, dude.
Allied destroyer has left.
I'm in a
squadron.
Facebook group that is it's specifically for like it's a group for dads trying to like show other dads love and support, right? That's kind of the thing. It's not what they do. It's mostly just a group where dads talk about how their wives are cheating on them, or about how they hate their jobs, or fucking, you know, whatever. And then other dads just bash the shit out of them for it. That's basically all it is. So you could be like, oh my god, my car broke down and I don't know what to do. And dads, instead of being like, you know, make a plan of how you can, you know, still get to work and get your kids to school, fucking whatever, they'll be like, use your feet, you lazy shit, or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like not even helpful stuff. Like it's just dads tearing down dads. So like overall, the group is kind of a bummer. The only I don't even know why I'm in the group. Actually, you know, matter of fact, I'm gonna leave the group right now. I'm gonna leave the group.
Jump successful.
Let me see. So
Hellpods prime.
how do I leave this group?
Mission coordinates locked.
Joined, leave group, boom. Okay, so so the group is supposed to be like a dad support group, but it's just a group of dads being really shitty to other dads. Whatever. One thing that happened in the group, because the administrators are fucking dumb, is people will e-bag constantly and consistently. Every single day, multiple times a day, somebody will post anonymously, and they'll be like, oh, hi, I've fallen on hard times, I'm a single dad, I've got 4 kids, and we're completely out of food, and they took away my food stamps, and I can't afford to feed my kids, and I'm out of options, what do you recommend I do? And so, like, they always frame it in the same way, where they're not asking for anything, because if they ask for something, they'll get kicked from the group. The only thing they want is advice. But of course, because there's good people in the world, immediately people are like, hey, you know, send me your Venmo, send me your PayPal, you know, shoot me a DM, send me your address, and I can send you a DoorDash or an Instacart or whatever. And the people, the people making the posts will always be like, oh, they'll like, if somebody's like, oh, you know, make sure to do your vetting before you send any money. The poster will be like, oh, I'm not asking for money, I just want advice. But if somebody's like, yo, send me your PayPal, the person's like, I'll DM you. Why are you DMing them then? If you don't want money, what are you DMing them about? But so anyway, so I made a comment on the post because it happens so frequently. Like, it's a constant thing where dads are like, oh, I sent this guy $50 because he was out of food and he said he was going to pay me back this week and he didn't. And it's like, yeah, no shit. He's a fucking bum, dude. You got scammed, dog. But so I'm always looking out for people, trying to, have people not get scammed on the internet, at least in the groups that I'm in. And so I'm like, yeah, I was like, just general rule, guys. Don't give anybody money if you don't know them. I was like, it's not a good idea. And for the most part, the guys in this group, the dudes that are asking for money in these groups, are the people that are like saying that they need help. For the most part, they're all just like drug addict scammers, and like half the time they don't even fucking have kids. They're literally, all that they're doing is like pulling on heartstrings, trying to get a free lunch, trying to get like, whatever, and so, I always tell people, like, don't send money. Don't. Help out. I think it is, if you have the income where you can send somebody that you don't even know a $60 Instacart order, you're an amazing person. Like, I wish that I could. I wish that I had the money where I could help my friends when they need help. I wish I had the kind of money where if, I see somebody on Facebook that their family is hungry and I could help them, I would fucking love to do that, but I can't swing it. But there's people out there that can't afford to pay it, but instead of like, maybe they were going to put $60 worth of gas in their car, but they're going to send this person 20 of it and they're only going to get 40 instead. And like, people will like, take out of their own plates to help other people. And when it's, if it's somebody that's actually in need, that's amazing. But when it's not, when it's just some fucking scammer or something, dude, it's fucking disgusting, bro. Like, it's such a disgusting thing to do. Like, that's so fucking lazy. It's so grimy. It, like, dude, I don't know, man. Internet scammers, bro. Like these fucking people that, like, straight up fucking just steal from other people. And, like, they give you some sob story about how freaking hard their life is, but, it's none of it's true. They're just looking to steal money from you. Bro, that's so grimy, dude. Like, that's the lowest of the low. As far as I'm concerned, that's, like, one of the worst things you can do in life, is to go out there and, like, give somebody a sob story just to pull on their heartstrings so you can just take some money from them. Like, that's so fucking disgusting to me. But so anyway, I'm ranting as usual. So I posted in this post, I said, hey guys, just a heads up, don't fucking give any cash, just do like an Instacart order or something. And some guy responds, and he's like, who the fuck made you, the group police where you're gonna come in here telling people what to do? And I'm like, I'm not telling anybody what to do, I'm just making a suggestion that you shouldn't send money, like, to random strangers from the internet, dog. Like, if it was something where it was like super rare for someone to get scammed in this group, I think it would be different. But it's like it's a super common thing, dude. Like, it literally happens every single fucking day. So like, I think it's warranted if I'm like, yo, dog, don't give anybody money. You know what I mean? But so this guy's like, you're such an asshole for even saying something like that. This guy's looking for help, and you're just out here telling people not to help him. And I'm like, dude, I literally never said to not help him. I'm just saying, if you're trying to help him, don't give him money. Like, that's the only point that I'm trying to make. Don't give him money. Like, it's dumb to give somebody money. And like, the fact that here's what's sad too. So the fact that we live in a world where like somebody is out there asking for help, and like they are, putting this vulnerable situation out there. The fact that like people are so shitty that like the first thought that comes into a lot of people's heads is like, oh, this might be a scam. Like, that's so fucking sad, dude. And you know, I hate that I'm that way. Like I some days I wish that I was the type of person that would see a post like that and just go to empathy, right? Like not even have that thought in my mind of like, oh, this might be something sketchy, right? Like I hate being that way, but at the same time, like I feel like people are so dishonest on the internet that like it's really it's honestly rare. Like it's rare for people to like actually be in trouble on the internet. Like I really just I feel like most of the time that people are actually lying. You know what I mean? And that's shitty. Like that really sucks, dude. Like I wish that whenever somebody on the internet was like I need help, I wish they actually needed help. But like frankly, 95% of the time it's just scammers, dude, and that's so sad. But anyways, this guy fucking blew up on me. And he's telling me how I'm such an asshole for even insinuating that the guy might be a scammer, how this guy clearly needs help, and I'm out there just, you know, tearing him down and telling people not to help and whatever. And I'm like, bro, you just misunderstood what I'm saying. You took what I said and you know, you twisted it up in this weird way, and you're upset with me for no reason. And so I tried to explain to the dude where I was coming from. Like, bro, like this is a constant battle in this group because the admins just don't remove these posts and they don't pay attention. Like it's a consistent problem, and like it's very real in this group. There's a lot of dads, you know, if I hear that another dad is struggling, I'm immediately gonna feel bad. Like as a dad, I can understand how stressful it could be. I can understand, you know, how hard life can get. So like, you know, I'm gonna feel empathy for another dad, and they know that. That's why scammers go to groups like that. It's because they know there's a lot of dads out there who have money, and they're able to just fork over $100 or however much, and just kind of like, you know, it's just crazy, dude. It's so nuts. And you know, I don't know. I just, in general, I think it mostly just makes me sad. You know what I mean? Like it makes me sad that like, I don't know if I'm sad that like I'm jumping in the ship H. I don't know if I'm just if I'm sad that, or upset or whatever, like angry that like that's my outlook is, you know, when I see somebody asking for help, I just assume that they're a scammer. Like, you know, I don't like that. That's my my thought process, right? Like, I don't enjoy being like that, but I'm also like overly cautious, and I know that. But like, dude, I've been a moderator in a lot of groups. I've probably moderated close to, I don't know, I've probably moderated something like 100 groups. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen so much that, you know, I feel like everything out there is just, it's all a scam. I feel like everybody's out to get everybody all the time. Let's see.
Another victory for democracy. Always good to have another hero on board.
All right. Anyway, I don't know. I think I just I think I've seen so many people get fucked over, and I think I've seen so many people try to fuck over other people that at this point I just assume that like everybody's a bad guy. And you know that it's definitely sad because I know that that's not actually the case. You know, I know that not everybody in the world is out to get one over on other people. I know
The
that not
enemy has
everybody
launched
out
a
there is
surprise
trying to
attack
hurt
on
other
one of our
people, and
planets. It needs our aid.
I acknowledge that it's a little silly for me to kind of think that way. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm actually gonna be right back. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, guys. Hang on, I gotta go to the little boys' room. One sec. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see.
The struggle for managed democracy.
So yeah. Anyway.
We have no time to waste.
Whew. So I need to. Let's see. Oh, I'm hanging out with my boss tomorrow, which is weird. I never hung out with him outside of work, outside of like done bowling and shit with some folks, like as a team, but I've never like hung out with my boss. So that should be interesting. He's a cool guy though. I have to say, you know, there is
The operation proceeds.
there's parts of my job that I don't like. You know, I think that's probably true for essentially everybody out there. I highly doubt we might have to do a blitz mission. I highly doubt that there is, you know, anybody out there that like just loves their job all the way through. You know what I mean? I don't even, you know, even when, you know, back in the day, like my big dream, like a lot of other people, my big dream in life was that I had wanted to be a game streamer. And there was a short period of time where that's what I was doing. I was making enough money at my part-time job, where I could, you know, I could stream all day long, and I was making, you know, it wasn't much, but I was making, you know, I was making more streaming than I was in my part-time job, right? I was probably making like $100 a day or something, which isn't amazing, but like for me at the time, it was really all that I needed. It was okay. It was fine. And so I did that for a bit, and that was like my dream. Like that's what I wanted to do, was I wanted to stream. And even though it was my dream where I was just playing video games all day and I was getting paid to play, there was even aspects of that I just did not like. Right? You know, so that's how it goes sometimes, you know, like it is what it is. Like, not every job out there is just amazing. I'm sure there's some people that just have no complaints about their job, but I think it's extremely rare. But so I love my job. I love my boss. I love my coworkers. I love what we do for work. But, you know, one of the complaints that I've had for a while is when I first got hired, the benefits and like bonuses and stuff like that were pretty consistent. Like, I got like 3 raises my first year there, and over the last year or two, that has most definitely died down. That is absolutely not the case anymore, and that's okay. You know, things can't be perfect all the time. But, you know, and also we've got some customers that we work with that really are just, they're either just really not nice people, or they just are really, really hard to work with. And that too, like that, where the fuck? You know, that happens also, you know what I mean? But that's the name of the game. I'm in customer service, kind of. You know, so like sometimes people are just hard, you know? But so you know, but one of the things though that I can say for sure is I have 2 bosses that I work with directly. Like my direct supervisors are genuinely great guys. You know, I truly, sincerely love my bosses, and I think that being somebody that worked for so long for companies that just did not give a shit about their employees, to working where I work now, it really is like a night and day difference. Like, it's really quite crazy. Because they do truly care about us, and I think that's great. I don't know if I can say the same about like our you know, executives and like the super high ups, but I can say for sure that my direct bosses, they absolutely positively care. Like 100% they care, and that's really great. So I'm gonna hang out with one of my direct bosses tomorrow. Like I said, he's just a super nice guy. You know, I've had some kind of shitty stuff going on in my life for about a month now, and they have essentially sat there and just like let me call out randomly. Like, they've just been letting me take off days without like any notice at all. Like, I'll wake up on a Monday and I'm just fucking sad, and I'll be like, guys, I'm not coming in today, and they're like, no problem, dude. You know, like, it's great. You know, it's not something I'm really used to still. I've been at this company for like 4 years, and I'm still not used to it. But it's to feel appreciated by your employer. I don't think enough employers understand how important that is. To like, even if you don't actually appreciate your employees, as long as they feel like you appreciate them, that's huge. Like, it's genuinely huge. But yeah, anyways, no, I agree. You know, I try to stay positive about it. You know, like, we've been in our lifetime, you know, like, I'm gonna be honest, Chuck. I was gonna say I know you're significantly older than me, but then I realized how fucking horrible that would be to say. I still said it anyway because I was like, I'm gonna fucking say this because it'd be fucking funny. I'm a piece of shit, Chuck. I'm sorry. But you know, even in my lifetime, I think you're like what? You're a couple decades older than me, I think. Like, I'm 33, right? And even in my 33 years, you know, there's been a few instances where the economy hasn't been amazing, you know, and we pulled through. You know, shit maybe gets a little bit funky for a little bit, but like, you know, it ends up balancing out, and we pull through. So like I try to stay positive, at least to the idea that if things do go south, we will recover, we'll pull through, we'll be okay. You know, but the way that things are going right now is it feels different than before. I know I think I was talking to my stepdad about it, and you know, he was like, you know, when we had our recession, I believe when Obama first got in office, he was like, you know, it pretty much felt the exact same way as this feels now. Which is, you know, a little scary because I know that Obama's recession really wasn't a good one. I know, you know, with him the housing market crashed, kind of like it's doing right now. I know that things really did get quite bad for quite a while. So I don't know. I what's really scary, honestly, is I'm going through a very, very big life change right now, and I'm going through it with zero savings, and I need money now more than I ever have in my entire life, I think, and I have none of it, and things are only getting worse. Like, the economy isn't, you know, it's not like getting better by the day. Like, it's getting worse by the day. It's getting more expensive to live. You know, and I just, you know, I'm sitting here like scared shitless because like I don't know how I'm supposed to afford to live. And it really is a really scary thought. And I'm scared for, you know, it's, you know, everything that's going on. It kind of involves my whole family, and I don't know how. I don't know. I just don't know how we're supposed to survive, I guess is really what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that things get better. I hope that we don't, you know, I hope that the economy doesn't completely fucking drown, which it kind of feels like is gonna happen, but I don't know. Shit's crazy, dude.
5 minutes remaining. I repeat, 5 minutes remaining.
No, I don't know. I haven't really talked about it on stream much because I don't know if I'm supposed to. But me and my wife are separating. We've been. She uses the word estranged, but I think she says it as a joke. We've been kind of like sleeping separately, and like we, you know, agreed to get a divorce. Jesus fucking Christ. It's been, I don't know, it's been a couple of months now that we've kind of been living this like weird situation. Dude, I'm gonna fucking die, you guys. Like, there's no doubt about it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna try to drop an auto turret before I die, but there's so much shit on me. And I got fucking, oh my god, I got freaking stalkers on me now too.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
That's so bad, dude. This is so bad. Why is this so bad? But yeah, basically the where I'm at right now in life is, you know, we're trying to do everything amicably. We're not trying to go to court. I think partially we're not doing court because I think we both equally have a chance of getting completely screwed, and I don't want to screw her over. She doesn't want to screw me over. You know, we want everything to be as you know, peaceful as we can. So like, you know, kind of the way it's gonna have to work is she's gonna end up with the house, which is fine because like I don't like our house. I've never liked our house. Like, I think it's such a piece of garbage. And, like, it's clean, like, it looks great. Like, it's not like our house is, like, some messy fucking shack, you know? Like, it's fine. I just don't like our house. I just don't like it. So, like, she can have it, and, you know, you know, with how much money she makes, it would be harder for her to get a place than for me to get a place. You know, so I'd rather she just have the house and not have to worry about finding a new place to live. But in that, now I have to find a new place to live. So I have to move out. And for me to move out, I don't want to go to an apartment because I think getting an apartment is fucking stupid. Like, that's a very big waste of your money. But I certainly cannot afford a down payment on a house. I honestly can't even afford to move into an apartment. For me to get an apartment right now, it would cost me about $1,500 a month. I would have to pay, you know, probably first, last, and a security deposit. Possibly just first and last, but either way, I need around $5,000 to move into an apartment that I don't have. And at this point, I'm basically in this situation where I've got to save up $5 grand to move out, but I don't really have a good way to save up $5 grand. The only thing that I can do is just stop paying the mortgage for a few months and leave. But like, my wife doesn't have, you guys are good to board. Let's get out of here. My wife doesn't have a good way to, come on. My wife doesn't have a good way to pay the mortgage. So if I stop paying it, it kind of screws her over. It's just a bad situation, dude. This is not a good time for us to split up, financially and just in general with life. So I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, kind of the fucked up part was, dude, if she, bro, honestly, Chuck, honestly, if she was like, hey, you know, I've got this guy that's super rich and he's gonna fucking help me pay for the house, fine, have him pay the mortgage, whatever, you know, I'm gonna live here for 6 months, but I'm not gonna pay the mortgage while I'm here. So that's exactly the thing, though. Like, at least in Connecticut here, so our house is $100,000 house, but it's worth like $240 right now. Like, I cannot get into a house for $5K. Can't do it. There's no way. There's no cheap houses anymore. So even if I can do, so I think when I was looking, you can get into a house for as little as 5% down. So even on a $200,000 house, which is like a small house, our house is tiny. That is what, $5 grand? No, it's more than that, right? That's 10 grand. Right, 5%. Yeah. So I would need $10,000 to move into a house, right? So like I don't. It's just not in the cards for me to go into a house, which really fucking sucks. The original plan. Listen to this shit. I'm really not trying to get into my whole life situation here. But catch this shit. So, the plan, what was going to happen is embarrassing. But it was the best option. What was supposed to happen. So that's what I said that we should do. Her concern is that she doesn't have anybody to like co-sign on a mortgage for her. I really don't think I do either. And we could each go and get apartments. But then at that point, it's like, so let's say we split and we each end up with like 40 grand. So we blow 5, 6, 7 grand to move into apartments. You know, we get new furniture, do all that shit. And then we can kind of skate on rent for like, whatever, a year or so. But it's like at that point, like, we don't have any way to like save money to get a new house. You know, at least my job I can, but with her, she's gonna have a hard time being able to swing a house. So like, it's selling the house and splitting the money, I think would be better, but it's not great. I'd be fine, you know, but I think she'd be in a bad situation. But I don't know. It's hard, dude. It's really hard to sort out what to do. But what was supposed to happen, and it was gonna like be the fix for everything, is I was supposed to move in with my parents again, just for like 6 months. Don't get me wrong, you know, that's not ideal to be a 33-year-old with a toddler living at home with mom and dad. You know, like, that's obviously not something that, like, I want to do. However, if I did that, that would mean that the only bills I really had to pay is, like, cell phone, car payment, car insurance, and then, like, groceries for me and Buzz, and, like, just, you know, regular stuff. So that would basically mean that I could bank, like, fucking $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, something like that. And so, like, if I stayed there for 6 months at saving $2,500 a month, that's 25, 5,000, 10,000. I would have like 15 grand or something like that I could use to, you know, get myself into a house. So that was going to be like the best option. And then out of the blue, my mom, I guess, I don't know if she had a conversation with my stepdad or what, but I guess they decided that that was a bad idea. So that is no longer happening. So that's kind of a bummer, because that was like the cure-all. That was like sick. I can get out now, and I can just immediately start banking money. But yeah, that's not happening, so that kind of sucks. But that was going to be like the perfect solution, honestly. Outside of the fact that I'd be a 33-year-old living with mom and dad. But again, super temporary. And I, you know, if I was, you know, if my son was ever in that situation, even at 33, and he was like, hey, you know, I got this toddler and I need a place to stay while I save up some money, I'd be like, fucking come home, bro. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I don't know, dude. I'm sure there's extra reasons that, you know, she's not telling me, but you know, she had literally told me like a week and a half ago that that's what we could do, and I was banking on it, and then just like out of the blue, she's like, not an option. And I was like, all right, then you probably shouldn't have told me that was an option, because like this whole, like me getting out and like starting my new life like this month, that whole thing was dependent on that, so that's kind of crazy now, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? No, I know, 100%, dude. And like, so, and that's kind of what sucks, is like, you know, I'm not, you know, so like, I'm super nervous that, you know, if I start being like, I'm not, you know, helping anymore, like I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that, or, you know, I'm not going to help you with finding a new place or whatever. You know, like, I don't want to go to court. You know what I mean? Like, there's a good chance that I'll get fucked in court. So, like, I just want things to be peaceful, dude. Like, I want us to both, you know, I want us to both get out of this thing, and not be, like, in bad shape. Like, it's definitely not my problem. Sorry, A, that she would need to find her own place. You know, it's definitely not my problem. But I do also, I need to know that, like, my son is staying somewhere that's, like, at least, like, relatively safe and not just, like, some random fucking person's house that took them in. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's my #1 priority, and I have zero intention of doing any kind of, like, sole custody thing, even temporarily. You know, so like, I really need to know that my son is okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's the main deal, is I need to know that he's somewhere that he's fine, and that he's not, like, you know, sleeping on some couch or something somewhere. Like, that's kind of the main deal, you know. But yeah, that's kind of the thing, dude, is like, you know, I would help my kid out. I don't care. Even if my kid is fucking, if my kid is your age and I'm still alive, dude, like, yes, I will always help out, you know? So I just, overall, I thought it was a little bit weird, and like, I get it. Like, you know, they've had, you know, my parents have, you know, fucking 4 kids. They are finally empty nesters. You know, they've been waiting for the last fucking 30-something years to be empty nesters. So like, I get why they wouldn't want to just like suddenly open up their door and not be empty nesters anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand that. But at the same time, like, it's still like, I'm your kid. It's your grandson. You know, we're in this kind of shitty situation. And we could use a bedroom for 6 months. You know what I mean? Even if it was like, and I think they've got like a couple of rooms that they could spare. But even if it was just one room, like if we could just like borrow the basement for 6 months, like that would be enough. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think there's a lot more to it than just like, you know, I was given a reason that, like, you know, my mom was concerned that she's got a dog that's a little bit grouchy, and she was concerned that the dog was gonna like bite my son. I do not think that's the case. I think that she like has PTSD from when when the dog was a puppy. It bit a neighbor who was being like fucking annoying to her and like getting in her face and shit. But that was also like literally when she was 6 months old. And I think it freaked out my mom so bad that now she just like thinks that she's a violent dog. But like I don't have any fear at all about this dog hurting my son. Like not even a little bit. You know, I can't say I would leave him alone with her, but you know, I'm also not like freaking out about it. All right, let's get out of here, boys. But that was her reasoning, was that, you know, she was scared that the dog was going to bite my son, and she's like, I couldn't live with myself. And, you know, my thought process is, you know, I'm the one that wants to be there. You know, like, it's my decision to move there. If the dog bites my son, that's on me. I put him in that position. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, like, that's, if anyone has to live with themselves, it's me. You know, so like, I don't know, dude. I genuinely just think that it's that she doesn't want a toddler in the house. I think she's scared that it's going to become a permanent thing. And I get that. You know what I mean? You know, I could totally understand that fear, but I've got a good job. I make decent money. It's not a permanent thing. Yeah, I might need help co-signing on something at some point, but like, I don't know. It's just, the thing that fucks me up the most is that, like, you know, we literally had a conversation where we were like, you know, she's like, you know, you and my grandson will always have a place to stay with us. Like, we will absolutely take you in. Like, you know, so it was just like, overall, it was just, it was just weird for her to go back on that so quickly. Like, it was literally like a couple days apart. Like, I would have rather she just never said anything. You know what I mean? Like, if you haven't thought it through all the way, don't even offer it. You know, don't even say a word. That's what I have a problem with. Like, I genuinely don't have a problem with her telling me no. You know, she doesn't want us there. I have a problem with, you know, offering it and then like taking it back almost immediately, because that, like I said, that was like the saving grace of this whole situation.
We must join the defense.
That was what was gonna make this whole thing a little bit more palatable, and then it was gone. So I don't know. I love my mom to death. She's, you know, she's a great lady, you know, and I'm not like mad at her or anything. I'm just a little bit let down. It's really I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed, you know. So now I'm stuck in and like, dude, this is the weird thing, is like, now I'm in this like awkward situation where like me and my wife are still living under the same roof. She's like sleeping on the couch, which I fucking feel bad about. Like, I don't want her to sleep on the couch, but yeah, she's like sleeping on the couch, and she's like setting up our sunroom to be like her new bedroom, and like, I'm stuck here for a long time, and like, I'm nervous that I'm like stuck here. Like, we're gonna get a divorce, but I'm still like stuck in this house. Like, the only thing that we can really do is we would have to get like legally divorced, and then once we're legally divorced, We're grinding XPs for levels, and democracy, yeah. And I guess medals, technically, if you need them. But what was I saying? You know, the best thing we could do is that we legally get divorced. You know, she goes on like state help, federal help, whatever. And I basically stop paying what I'm paying now, and then I could save up my money for a few months, and she would just cover the house. But my fear with that is that it's gonna go from like, okay, cool, so you're good, and now I'm gonna save up, and it's gonna go from that to like, oh, I could actually use some help paying this bill this month, like real quick, and I'm not gonna be able to save up. Like I think I'm gonna be stuck in this house for at least a year. I'm gonna be stuck in this house with my separated wife for at least a year, and I cannot do that. Like, that is too much. I'm looking at getting a second job, specifically to save up money to move out. The downside with that is that for me to do that, it would need to be a remote job. It would need to be after 8 o'clock at night, and that will very likely fuck with my like actual job, you know. So I don't know, dude. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the right answer is here, or what I should be doing. All that I know is I'm just trying to figure this shit. Oh, fucking hell! All I know is I'm trying to figure this shit out, and I don't think I'm doing very well at figuring out what I'm supposed to do. Woo! That's annoying. Well, thanks for fucking nothing, sentries. Whew. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't tell me like, yo, I got you. Just be like, you know, let me talk to your stepdad. We'll see if you moving in with us is viable. And I'd be like, sick. Thank you. Thanks for the offer. You know. But now it's like this whole thing where I'm like, like, why the fuck would you say that to me and then take it back? And now even if she changes her tune and she's like, oh no, just come back to the house. Like, now it's just weird. You know what I mean? Now I feel like it's forced. And now I feel like, you know, I'm actually not wanted there and she's just trying to be nice, and that's going to make it, like, awkward. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's a pride thing, but now I'm just like, I don't even want to go there. Like, if you offered me to go there, I wouldn't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking weird. But, yeah, the most realistic option is, you know, she's going to have to be on state help anyway, because of her income. Her job is going to have her go full-time. So she's going to make some money. You know, the state can help with, like, food stamps and fucking welfare or whatever. She can get help from the government as far as, like, paying the mortgage and all that stuff goes. So, like, she'll make ends meet. It'll be tricky for a little bit for both of us, but she'll figure it out. So the best option is that we legally sign for divorce. House goes in her name. She gets help from the state. She gets help from the government. And then once all that goes through and we know that she's good, then I stop paying the bills and I start saving my money. Oh shit. But that is at least a few months down the road, and then I still need a few months after that to save. So like realistically, no matter what, I'm gonna be in this house for
Tactical asset near your location.
at least another 6 months. Like, bare minimum 6 more months. So that kind of sucks. But really, like, it is what it is. Like, I don't, like, unless I'm fuck you, dude. Are you serious? Like, unless I'm gonna go out and, like, I'm still gonna look for a part-time job. I think a part-time job would be probably the smartest bet. Because then I can just, like, bank money and, like, not have to worry about, like, my normal income. You know what I mean? So I think that getting a second job is my safest, smartest bet. It'll suck for a little while, you know, because that'll mean that I'm working my full-time job. I'm taking care of my son full-time, well, not full-time, but like part-time technically. I don't know. I watch him for like 30, 40 hours a week anyway. So like, you know, full-time job with my son, full-time job with my job. Then I have to get a part-time job. But at least that way I can bank money, still pay the mortgage, not worry about her like losing the house while we're together. You know, the only realistically the only tricky part about a part-time job is finding one that meets the criteria that I need it to meet for it to work for me. You know what I mean? That's the trickiest part. But we'll figure it out. You know, we always do. This is not the first time we've been in a tight spot. It's all good. We'll get through it. We'll figure it out. Are we doing this sea launcher? I say we skip it and fucking bail.
Calling in reinforcements.
Anyway, let's I don't know, let's dig into something more fun. Because this is like the saddest conversation we could be having right now. Anything cool to report? Anything new, fun, hip? Anything going on? Ugh. I'm going to drop a sentry, I think, in a second here. What I need to do...
Calling down a sentry.
There we go. Watch me have dropped these right on enemies. Oh, that's good.
Heavy northwest, 50 meters.
That's good. That's good, good, good.
Spotted. Prepare to exterminate. You will never destroy our way of life.
Oh, that's perfect. I am so happy that I dropped those two fucking mortars because they died almost immediately. I'm not gonna be able to get away, am I? I guess if I can hide, I could probably get away. Especially when they stop to shoot, I might be able to pull out. This is a mess, though. Jesus. Is there like a building I can hide behind for a minute? I don't even see any freaking any bug holes anywhere either. That's the crazy thing.
Calling in reinforcements.
Are you guys seeing any bug holes anywhere? Because, like, I'm running around the whole map right now and I don't see shit. Oh, there's some over here. Let's see. Alright, so.
5 minutes left. Liberty, speed your step, Helldiver.
Bug outpost. Bug hole.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes here.
Sample
Found
collect.
something.
Shit. Shit. I'm gonna die over here. There ain't no way I'm getting these last 2 holes. If I can drop more mortars, I'll probably be okay. Oh no! Oh no, no, no! I can't go through there. That's bad.
Bug outpost spotted. Prepare to exterminate.
Found something.
Okay, I could probably do the last 3 holes if you guys want to start heading towards extract.
Found something.
Calling down supply. Calling down a sentry.
Tagging location. South
Requesting sentry.
Deploying sentry.
You have been a stalwart
Nice.
line of
Alright, let's see if I can go grab some fucking ammo. Whew. No, that all sounds pretty shitty, honestly.
East, 200 meters.
It sounds really fucking depressing, Chuck. No, it's, you know, it's just like regular stuff. We actually, speaking of yard maintenance, we're gonna, well, Chelsea's gonna mow the lawn for the first time this season. That's exciting.
Found something.
You know, I'm just gonna come towards extract, but I'm definitely gonna die on the way there, for sure.
Heavy. On my position.
Alright, can I get away from this guy, you think? No, I'm definitely not gonna make it. Well, I might not die, but I'm definitely not gonna, like, get super far. Oh, he's gone. Okay, sick. That's such a bummer that I dropped in that gear.
Calling in extraction.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Weaponry.
Deploying equipment package.
Heavy. North, 100 meters.
ETA T-minus 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
There we go. Whew. I'm trying to figure out, so I'm gonna probably log off here in a little bit.
Approved. Reinforcements on the way. ETA T-minus 2 minutes.
And I'm trying, how does that not kill him? Oh, he is dead, okay. And I'm trying to figure out what I should make for food. I think I'm gonna try that French onion soup mix. It's probably gonna taste like garbage. But it might be okay. God damn you. God. It's the friggin' worst when you got a shot all lined up and something just decides that your shot don't mean shit.
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds. Reinforcement budget depleted.
Oh, I forgot about my sentries, dude. That's unfortunate.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Bag's empty.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Bag's empty.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Northwest, look.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Pelican 1 approaching pickup.
Shit.
Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing. Pelican 1 preparing to depart.
If you can
Shuttle
get on,
launch
get on.
in 20 seconds.
Nope, you're good. You're good. Go, go, go. Oh, you want them samples?
Extraction complete.
You went for the
Pelican 1 beginning
samples.
ascent.
What a legend.
Democracy prevails once more.
Got you. We actually, speaking of ACs, I gotta get mine in the windows. I want to clear. We gotta. So our house has this. I don't know if this was a thing in like the 70s or the 80s, but there's a. On our staircase, there's a hole in the wall, and it's got this fucking monster beefy AC unit. It's supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be a window unit, but it's way bigger than any window I've ever seen in a house. So I don't know if they're like, I think it's like, it's one of those AC units that I think is like intended to sit above the door of like a workshop or something, you know? Like it's made to cool like a warehouse type of deal. But this thing works very well. It's an old AC. It's got to be at least a couple decades old. And it works very, very well. The only downside is that it's like full of like, fuck, you know, it's gross. It hasn't been used up in like, the first time we used it since we moved in was last summer. Because we've got solar panels now, so apparently our house gets hot as shit. And last summer, our 2 window units actually were not keeping up with how hot our house was getting. So we pretty much ran our split unit upstairs. We ran an AC unit in the sunroom, and then we ran one in the kitchen. And that kind of kept the house cool, but it was like barely doing its job. We had to crank the AC units to get our house to be like comfortable. And so we were like, yo, let's just run this little wall unit. And dude, the thing was like a game changer, dude. It like, honest to God, it kept our entire living room super chilled all on its own. But then we stopped using because we were like, man, this thing probably hasn't been cleaned out in like freaking 30 years, probably full of mold and shit. Sure enough, it is. It's like it's not like globs of mold, but you know, it's just like little specks all over it. So I kind of want to clean that unit out, and actually use that AC. Only downside is that I'm sure it's not very energy efficient. That's one. 2, I really don't know the best way to clean it out. But I kind of want to, dude. It seems like it'd be a pretty good thing to. Seems like it'd be worthwhile to set it up, you know. Okay, so this is very disheartening that there's really no. There's really no extermination missions for us to grind out right now. I guess we could do more. We could do more blitz missions. The only downside, I'm turning on my air conditioner. It is too hot in this freaking room.
Reminder, all personnel must submit weekly urine sample by 0400.
The only downside with the blitz missions is that they end up like kind of being a shit show half the time. I guess we could try doing some automaton ones. Automaton? I don't know why I just said it that way.
The enemy
Yeah, let's try that out. Let's see. Let's go to here.
It needs our aid.
Let's go to here.
But a single triumph more, and the
it's
operation
fine.
is
We'll hit it.
Initiating FTL jump to the Menken system.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is gonna work out. I really don't. I don't like fighting bots. I know that people will bust your balls and they'll be like, "Oh, you should be fighting bots." Blah blah blah. I don't like the bots. I just don't. They're very stressful for me. I don't think that it's fun. They're just not. They're just bots aren't for me, dude. Overall, they're not for me. So there's that. Do I want to run the Eruptor, or do I want to run the Scorcher? Let's run the Eruptor, because if I end up getting stuck on a mountain, I can just fucking blast the thing off. Let's do this. Let's do my shield pack. Whoops. Alright, let's see what happens. Woo! I'm still trying to figure out if I got any food in this house that I could cook up. And I really don't think there's much there. Oh, I went back and I did I kind of did like a deep dive on my old videos. Oh, fucking excuse me, sir. I went back and I did a bit of a deep dive on my old videos. And I found the old video from when my old computer exploded. And that was an excessively hard video to watch. Like that made me so sad to watch that, dude. Like, you don't even know.
Fire in the hole! Throwing grenade!
Yikes. I really hate fighting bots, dude. This is not for me. I'm gonna land up on the mountain, though, just a heads up. At least I'm gonna try to.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Let's see. Is this gonna work out okay?
To the enemy.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'm on the mountain.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Bag's empty.
Oof.
New mag. Bag's empty.
I should have just done a fucking blitz mission. I know I should have just done a blitz mission. I feel so dumb right now.
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Oh shit! Oh, I fucked up. Killed my meat saw. No, so what ended up happening was so I was one night back when I was a COD zombie streamer. I was the whole plan, and I had hyped it up for like a week. But the whole entire plan was that I was going to stream every Black Ops 2 map. Oh boy. Woof.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry.
But yeah, that was gonna be kind of my thing. Is I was gonna have this like really big, long, long event where I freaking played zombies for like 12 hours straight or whatever. And I think I had streamed for like an hour at that point, if not less. I think it was like a half an hour. But the whole time that I was streaming, there was a thunderstorm happening outside, and unfortunately at the time I did not know. But my what do you call it? My surge protector that I had was like a complete piece of shit. So I'm gaming, having fun, whatever, playing Die Rise, and thunder's happening, no big deal. And what ended up happening was lightning struck the telephone pole outside my house, and the fucking Ethernet port on my motherboard shorted out, or fucking got zapped, and that fried my whole computer. So like midstream, just out of the blue, we're talking, having fun, and I just dropped. But yeah, my PC fucking exploded. Oh, that's not good.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
But no, it's not caught on video. The stream just like suddenly stops. But there is a bunch of videos afterwards where I'm kind of like talking about like getting my hands on a new video card, and I'm like trying to get money, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to do that. And it was like it was shitty, dude, because like that was when I was streaming, and like I was actually like kind of making money doing it, and like I was on the road to being like, you know, a streamer.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Point me to the enemy.
This is so bad. And you know, my computer at the time, I had like built this super budget machine. I did not have money for a new computer. This whole thing is a shit show. I'm sorry you joined up to this, dude. Oh, Herb left. I can't believe he left, dude. I cannot believe Herb left. He's been with me for like 2 hours.
My life for Super.
Oh, I'm gonna die again. Yep, there it is. But yeah, I didn't have money for a PC. And so I was exploring. Let's try to land on the mountain.
Reinforcements on the way.
So I was exploring all these options for, you know, how do I, you know, afford a new workstation when I have zero money. And I pretty much was like, I think what I was finally kind of settling on was I was gonna, what you call it? I think like Rent-A-Center or something had some deals on desktop PCs. The only downside, the only, oh no, fuck. The only downside was that if I was gonna do it. If I was gonna do it through Rent-A-Center, it was gonna be, I don't know, the pricing was gonna be like fucking truly insane.
Sending down sentry.
Throwing grenade. Freedom never rests.
This is so fucking bad, dude. Oh no.
Budget depleted.
Oh no. Yeah, there's, I mean, we're so close too, dude, but yeah, this is a shit show. But yeah, so So Rent-A-Center was gonna be.
To send to fight.
So this is back when the 10 series was the shit, and so they had like a 1060 machine. So my computer when it died, I had
Step, Helldiver.
an Intel i7 4770 non-K. I had like 16 gigs of RAM. I had literally just gone to Best Buy and bought a GTX 1070. Well, have a good night, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to quit the game and then go back in. I don't want to kick them out, but I don't want to play with them anymore. But so I had just bought a GTX 1070, and I had just slapped it in my workstation. I think I got to use it for about 2 weeks before it exploded. And when it blew up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a piece of garbage. I'm going to put it in the box and I'm going to return it to Best Buy. The day it exploded was 1 day past the return window. And I called Best Buy and they were like, no, we're super strict on our 14-day return policy. Day 15, we can't help you. And I was like, all right. So that was a bummer. So like I just spent and it wasn't much because this is back when video card pricing was actually reasonable. I think that 1070 was like probably $400 or something like that. So like it wasn't like it was still a good chunk of change. And I was super sad, but you know it is what it is. So anyway, so the workstation wasn't like a crazy computer, but you know, it was a bummer that it died, because it was a workhorse. It did exactly what I needed to do. It did exactly, you know, it did it when I needed it to do it. So that was hurtful when it exploded. But you know, I'm looking at Rent-A-Center and an equivalent machine, but with like a newer processor. You know, it was still going to be like a 1070 workstation, but it was going to have a newer CPU, same amount of RAM, like same capacity, just like slightly faster because it's newer. My PC, even with that 1070, I built it for like $800, right? Actually less. So the Dell itself was $120. I spent like $40 on RAM. I spent like $60 on an SSD, and then like $60 on a PSU, and then $400 on the video card. So that's like 120 for 4, 5, 6. It was probably like $650, $700. An equivalent machine, but with like that slightly newer hardware from Rent-A-Center was gonna be like $1,900. And I was like, dude, I'm not like, I'm desperate to get a computer, and that was like the only place that I had talked to that was willing to work with me.
We must join the defense.
I was like, you know, for me to spend $1,600 on a computer, that's like, I could build that same computer for the same price as my old one. I was like, you know, I'd basically be paying $1,600 for like a $700-800 computer, and that just feels insane. But I was about to do it because like I needed a computer, dude. You know what I mean? Like I had just stopped doing drugs, like you know, a year before that. So having my PC was like my escape. You know, that's what I was doing instead of doing drugs. So like I needed to have a computer at that time, you know. But so, you know, I'm talking to Rent-A-Center. I go to Best Buy for a credit card. They approve me for a credit card, but the limit is like $400. So I'm like, you know what? Like maybe I can use that $400 to at least get a video card, and then I'll go save up for a week or two, or I'll save for a couple of weeks, and I'll do the same thing. I'll buy another Dell, I'll buy another power supply, another SSD, and I'll just do exactly what I did. I'll do it all over again. And I'll just rinse and repeat what I already did, because I know that'll work. I know it'll be cheap. It'll be fine. Let's do that. So I'm working out the plan on that, and like how I'm gonna save up and everything, and you know, at that time I was still living at home, and so oh, I still got the eruptor. Shit. And so I'm. Oh shit. There's no dead bodies on the ground with guns anywhere, is there? I got the wrong weapon. And so I'm talking to my mom, and she's like, we could always try to go through homeowners insurance. And I'm like,
Cancel that. Southwest.
I'm like, yeah. Like, if that's an option, like, what's the downside? Like, are they going to cancel your policy? And she's like, no. She's like, I don't think so. Like, that's the whole point of homeowners insurance, right? It was a lightning strike. And they also had the TV in the living room got fried. My brother's TV got fried. A couple of, like, random appliances around the house got fried. So, like, it wasn't just, like, my computer that got hit. But, my computer definitely was the most expensive item that got hit. And it was also, at least obviously to me, the most important. So we filed this homeowner's insurance claim, right? Yes, those SSC cards are fucking sick. Honestly, any EVGA card is going to be sick. I don't care what card it is. If it's an EVGA card, it's going to be baller. It is genuinely so sad that they don't make cards anymore. But so we filed this homeowner's claim, right? And God, this is such a bad situation, dude. I can't do anything with this eruptor on this map, dude. This is not a blitz weapon. But so anyway, so we file homeowner's insurance claim, and I talked to the insurance company, and they're like, it was a custom PC. I'm like, yes, it was. And she's like, I know the agent that I talked to. Honestly, I have worked with insurance companies a lot in my life, especially when I was an auto body tech. Like, I know how insurance agents work. She was the nicest agent I have ever talked to. Like, genuinely, she was so sweet and so helpful. It was a very nice change of pace. But so her and I are talking. We're kind of like going through the motions, and she's like, so it's a custom PC. She's like, I know how you PC guys are. So she's like, we're going to try to get you fixed up as quickly as we can. She's like, but I'm going to need a list of hardware. And I'm like, not a problem. And she's like, we do price verifications through Newegg, and I think she said Best Buy, and then some other websites. But at the time, this is back before Newegg was like Amazon, where they had a bunch of third-party shit on their site. So it was only stuff that was sold by Newegg. What Newegg used to do back in the day is when a piece of hardware would get old, if they were constantly receiving shipments of like refurbished ones or whatever, they wouldn't mark the item as sold out when it was out of stock. Instead, what they would do is they would jack up the pricing on the listing to keep the listing active. I don't know what the logic was behind that, but they would crank up the pricing, and then once the item was back in stock, then they would drop the price back down to what it's supposed to be, and that would be it. My CPU, when I had sent them over my list of parts, my CPU was listed on the Newegg website at the time. Mind you, at this time it was an older chip. This was not like some up-to-date chip. This thing was older. And it was definitely not something that they were getting in stock on a regular basis. They had this chip marked at like $450 or something crazy like that. So I'm like, if that's how this is gonna be, that's fucking sick. So the CPU was marked at whatever, we'll say $400. The RAM was marked at like $200. The motherboard, because it was a Dell OEM board, was marked at like $450 or whatever. Like, Newegg had that exact model, but it was out of stock, but it was marked at $450. So the insurance company calls me, And the lady's like, hey, she's like, you know, it's such and such with whatever insurance. She's like, so we got your list of hardware. She's like, we see the cost, and she's like, we've approved your claim. And there is a check in the mail. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's cool. And I'm like, how much is it though? This lady goes, she goes, your claim has been approved for just for my computer. This is not including like the other devices in the house. This was specifically for my computer. She's like, the claim is approved at like, I think it was $1,800.
Requesting air support.
I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. She's like, we're sending you a check for $1,800. And I'm like,
Outpost. New man. Sending in an eagle.
like, obviously, I'm not gonna like. In my head, I'm like, is this insurance fraud if I let them send me $1,800? Like, I fucking paid. You know, I paid half that for this computer. Like, should I say something? And so I'm sitting and I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. And like, I guess I sounded surprised because she's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure. And I'm like, okay. She's like, why? She's like, does the number not sound right? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I guess. I was like, I know it's older hardware, so I know the pricing can be a little bit weird. I was like, you know, but if that's the number that you guys got back, like, you know, she's like, well, what's the number you were thinking? And I'm like, honestly, I was like, I was kind of expecting it to be closer to like $400 or $500. And she's like, well, we use Newegg for price verification, and this is the current price. So I'm like, you're sure? Like, you're absolutely positive? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, will I get in trouble if the amount you're sending me like is too much? Can I get in trouble? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, so like, even though like the hardware is really worth like a few $100s, like it's okay. And she's like, I didn't hear you say that. She's like, all is good. I'm like, okay. Like, fucking sick. So this lady basically just like let me commit insurance fraud. I know. Well, so here's the thing, dude. I was young. I like never dealt with an insurance policy. Like, if it was my insurance, I would have just been like sick. But it's my parents' insurance on their home, and like I have seen it happen in the past where an insurance company will write a check, and then after they write the check, they find out that there was some, like, they were lied to or whatever, and they'll go after the person for being, you know, for getting overpaid. And I was genuinely scared shitless that they were gonna give me this number, and I was gonna say, oh yeah, $1,800, that sounds fair. And then like whatever, a couple weeks goes by, and then I get a fucking email back from them, and they're like, oh no, actually that number was wrong, and you just took the money or whatever. Like, I just didn't. I think I was partially scared of running into a situation like that, and I was also scared that I was gonna get this check for $1,800, and I was gonna be super excited about having all this money to build this new computer, and then I was gonna get a phone call saying that I got overcharged. I was gonna lose all that money, and then I was gonna be back in the same position. Like, I was just super nervous that something was gonna go south. And again, it wasn't even my policy, so I was like, just overall, it felt really weird. And even my mom was like, just don't say shit, just take the money and shut up. And I was like, I know. I was like, I know, but like, I don't know. It felt super duper wrong. But the fucking girl was like, nah, dude, that's your money. Like, that's what we're giving you. Don't fucking think twice about it, dude. Just take it. It's all good. Right, so, exactly. But the pricing model they were using, son of a bitch. The pricing model they were using was not correct. Like, if you went back and you looked and you saw the current price, if you looked at the previous pricing chart from when it was in stock, the hardware was actually like $30. You know what I mean? So like, I was super nervous, dude. You know, if it was my own policy, that'd be different, but I didn't want to get my mom in trouble. I didn't want to get myself in trouble. I didn't want to lose the money. I was just, the whole thing just, I've seen how bulldogish insurance companies can be, so I was just fucking scared. But bro, they sent me the check, and the lady was super nice. I took that check, and I went out and I bought like my dream PC. You know, I got a 7700K, I got like 32 gigs of RAM, a 1080 Ti. I had money left over. Like I bought, like my monitors were fine, but I ended up buying a brand new monitor anyway, brand new keyboard, mouse, everything. Like I bought brand new everything with that 1,800 bucks, and that computer lasted me. So that happened in whatever, like whenever the 10 series cards came out, this happened like immediately after, because I had bought the 1070 like the day they released, and then my PC blew up a couple weeks later. And then I want to say the 1080 Ti's had like just come out when I started talking to the insurance company. I think the 1080 Ti came out like a month after the other cards did. But I like never dreamed that I'd ever get a 1080 Ti, but I did. And so whenever that card came out, whenever the 1080 Ti card came out was when this happened. And I ran that 1080 Ti up until end of 2022 when I got this 3080 Ti. And that motherboard and CPU lasted me up until about then. I ended up getting a 10700K during COVID. So I swapped out the CPU and the motherboard early. But yeah, dude, that was such a sick PC, dude. I fucking love that machine.
Welcome back.
100%, bro. Like, dude,
Welcome aboard,
walking,
I look forward to serving
like, you can even Best Buy. I don't care what anybody says. Their pricing is good.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
But you know, 1,800 bucks, fucking, that was it. Like that was the jam, dude. 1,800 bucks. I ended up with like a solid PC, like a very good PC for 1,800 bucks. Flagship video card. I guess unless you're counting the Titan, but I had the top of the line GPU. I had essentially the top of the line CPU, super fast, high quality RAM, top of the line motherboard. I think I cheaped out on the case a little bit because I just didn't give a shit. But you know, I bought an AIO, I bought the fastest SSD, I bought like a fucking big fat hard drive that I don't know where it is anymore. I bought a really nice 1080p 144 hertz monitor, which at the time that was the jam. That was like the new tech. Dude, we're not even talking tower. For $1,800, I bought an entire system, and it was all top of the line gear, all of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking crazy. Like, it's just wild to look back, and now $1,800 gets you a video card, maybe. Like, that's disgusting,
You're
dude.
here. The galaxy awaits your salvation.
Those Vega cards were so good.
Has joined squadron.
Like, I feel like after the Vegas dropped, I feel like AMD kind of fell off for a little bit. I have been hearing some super good shit, though, about those 7900 XTXs. I know they've been out for a while now. But I've heard some super good shit about the 7900 XTXs. And I'm kind of considering going AMD when I upgrade my video card again. Which I really never thought that I would do. But the price is super good. They perform equally as well as... why can't I equip this? Weird. I don't know what's going on here.
Launch initiated.
But I don't use ray tracing. I think ray tracing is not nearly as dialed in as it should be. It still destroys FPS, and in most titles it doesn't add enough that it's worth turning on. Cyberpunk, absolutely. Alan Wake, absolutely. You know, but there's not enough titles out there where HDR. There's not enough titles where ray tracing like looks good enough and runs well enough that it's worth doing. So I don't know. I just don't care for it. I don't give a shit about I don't give a shit about ray tracing at all. So
Pulling equipment package.
why bother going for an NVIDIA card? You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of a waste of time, waste of money. So we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on, you know, I'm gonna have to put it on a credit card when I do upgrade my video card. Like there's fucking zero way that I'm gonna be able to afford a graphics card just straight up. So I suppose I could spend kind of whatever I want to spend. Then I have to get a water block and everything too, but you know, anyway, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might go AMD. My only fear with going AMD is I know that people are like, oh, their drivers are fine, but I've had some very, very serious issues with their drivers over the years. Most recently, so Chelsea has a new computer that I built her. It's actually not super new. I built it for her whenever Tiny Tina's Wonderlands came out. So it's not this generation, but like last generation. She's got an RX 6600. And that thing has been... Oh, I just stole your Quasar.
Tunnel breach. How about a nice cup of liver tea?
My Quasar cannon.
I just dropped it. My bad. I'm going to run down and grab mine. But anyway, so, what was I saying?
Reloading.
What was I saying?
Throwing grenade.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, RX 6600. So I bought Chelsea this machine. I built it, put an RX 6600 in it, and the card was amazing for like the first month. Like it ran pretty well. It definitely wasn't like, you know, obviously like the most powerful card that I could have bought. But it did what it was supposed to do, and it ran Tiny Tina's just fine. It was a little disappointing because I was expecting for the age of the card where it was like still relatively, it was still new at the time. It wasn't like the bottom tier card. I was expecting to be able to run Tiny Tina's like 1080p with like medium settings, maybe some high in there. I mostly had to run it on low and medium, but whatever. But that card was great for like the first month, and then we ended up pushing a driver update to it, and that one update fucking, oh my god, dude, it took me like 6 months to get that card fixed. Like, it was just doing the dumbest stuff you could imagine. So this, I wanted to get her a 6600 XT, and at that point, the 6600 XT and the 6700 were actually like crazy similar in price. I don't know if the 6700s were on sale or what, but they were like outrageously close. Like we're talking like a $60 difference. So I was gonna just get her a 6700, but there was, I can't remember. I think it was I just didn't have the budget. Like the difference between the 6600 and the 6600 XT and the 6700, it was just not worth it for me. And there was something with the budget or something, or it might have just been that I was getting everything from Best Buy and they just didn't have the card I wanted in stock, and I needed the card like that day. Like I literally built her the machine 2 days before Wonderlands even came out, and like everything I bought I needed to get like locally, and I needed to get it like that day. So I think it was just an availability thing, which is why I stuck with the 66, I think. But like it was like it runs fine now, but one of the issues that I had with it was after the first driver update, it would start artifacting out of the blue, and I was fucking convinced the card was shot. Like if you'd asked me back then, I would have been like, this card is toast and I'm gonna return it. And I did. I ended up talking with AMD, and they ended up taking the card back. They shipped it out, and they were like, no, they were like, this card is fine, dude. They were like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, okay. And I was like, well, you know, it's artifacting and doing weird stuff. Can y'all just replace it? They pretty much told me to kick rocks, which, you know, I get it. Jesus Christ. But so I ended up, you know, reinstalled the drivers. I went as far as grabbing some very custom drivers. I ended up grabbing some super custom drivers off of, like, overclockers.net or something. And those drivers were better. What do you call it? The overclock, like the custom drivers, custom BIOS, all that shit. It was this fucking gnarly package. It was better. But it still wasn't perfect. But it was fine. But it was still artifacting here and there. Like, she'd play for, I think it was a heat thing, is originally what it was presenting itself as, because she would game for like an hour and it'd be fine. And then once she got to like the hour and a half, 2 hour mark, it would start to get crazy. And the only time that it wouldn't do it is if the fans were cranked up or the AC was, it was when the AC was turned on. That's what it was. But the thing is like, the temps were nowhere near hot enough to be at any kind of like TJ Maxx or anything, so it was a little bit weird. Like, the card would be at like 75 Celsius, and it would start freaking out. So I had thought it was a heat thing, and I don't think I ever like knew for sure whether or not it was. But that's kind of what I attributed it to. But she kind of just dealt with this card being like super funky for like 6 or 7 months. And we ended up just, what she would do is she would game for like whatever, an hour, hour and a half. And as soon as she saw an artifact, she would just like reboot whatever game she was playing and she'd be fine. And then they ended up releasing a driver pack like whatever it was, 6 months later, and it just stopped. It was just fine. And like, I was gonna go nuts and like tear the card down and try to like, you know, repaste everything, repad everything, because I you know, I was still thinking it was heat related, but didn't really make much sense to me. I was like, why would I fucking deal with that? Like, the temps are fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get the temps to be any lower than they are. You know, 75C full load, like, that's fine, dude. But yeah, that was weird. And I've had, just in general, like, I build PCs, you know what I mean? Like, I've dealt with, you know, I've dealt with enough AMD builds to know that their shit is finicky, especially their CPUs, dude. Their CPUs have been, if you're not buying everything like brand new, and you're not buying motherboards that are like pre-ready for their CPUs, dude, like their BIOS is like fully updated already, it's a nightmare, dude. I'm not sure what their problem is, but they've been doing some weird shit lately. But yeah, they I get nervous with AMD just strictly from their drivers. That's really it. Like, I think typically I wouldn't really think too deeply about it, but yeah, I've had some weird shit happen. Oh no, my Peacock got fucking declined. For the card that Chelsea has, hers is a hers is an XFX. That's what it is. So do I, you know what, I'm gonna not pay for Peacock right now. I don't really have a reason.
We'll be generating fewer condolence letters than usual today. Well done.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Let's see.
Mission coordinates locked.
Anyway, so
Outposts primed.
yeah, I'm gonna not pay for Peacock. Maybe I'll re-sign up like
Many heroes fighting for peace.
at the end of the month or something, but I don't know. I don't really need it right now anyway. I've just been doing Hulu. But yeah, it's an XFX card she's got. I think I might go to bed. I really wanted to hit 87 tonight. But I'm kind of thinking I might just go to bed. Because it's fucking midnight. My son's going to wake up at like 8 a.m. Him and I got to get up and get dressed and eat breakfast. And we got to go out. Yeah, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go to bed. I'll be back on tomorrow night, though. And we will do some more gaming stuff. So we're gonna salute our fellow Helldivers. I wish them all the best of luck. That's it, man. Look at our guns, dude. I think that's so sick, though, how your ship upgrades and like all these fucking baller new guns show up and stuff. Oh, it's so dope. But anyway, that's it. I'm out of here, dude. Mr. Chuck, have a really awesome night, dude. If I don't talk to you tomorrow, have an awesome Sunday. And I think that's it, dude. See, I've always loved XFX. They were one of my XFX and BFG and EVGA were always my go-to for NVIDIA cards, but then like they all stopped making NVIDIA cards. That was kind of a bummer. But have an awesome night, Mr. Chuck. I will catch you next time and enjoy your